In 2017, something strange happened in the world of car TV. One of the most iconic partnerships didn't explode, it just quietly ended.
No shouting.
No drama on screen. No big farewell moment. Just gone. And fans were left asking the same question. What really happened between Ed China and Mike Brewer? To understand that, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. Because this wasn't just a TV show. It was a formula that changed everything. Back in 2003, a simple idea rolled onto British television. Buy a car, fix it, sell it for profit. That was it. But at the center of it were two very different men. Mike Brewer, the fast-talking dealer who could spot a bargain from miles away. And Ed China, the quiet engineer who could take a broken machine and bring it back to life. It sounded simple. But it worked. Why? Because their differences became the heart of the show. Mike would hunt down cheap, often damaged cars. Ed would take them apart, piece by piece, figuring out exactly what went wrong. Then he'd fix them, carefully, step by step. Every decision mattered. Every repair cost money. And at the end, the profit showed whether they succeeded or failed. But here's the thing. Viewers didn't just care about the money. They cared about the process. As the years went on, something unexpected happened. The workshop became the real star. People tuned in not just to see if the car would sell, but to watch how it was fixed. Ed's detailed breakdowns turned the show into something more than entertainment. It became a learning experience. You weren't just watching a repair. You were understanding it. But was that always going to last? Between 2004 and 2012, the show grew bigger. Much bigger. It reached audiences around the world. And with that growth came pressure. More viewers. More expectations. More structure. Episodes had to follow a strict pattern. Buy. Fix. Sell. All within a limited time. Budgets were tight. Every part, every hour of work, had to be justified. The show became like a controlled experiment. And still, it worked. The balance between Mike's fast deals and Ed's slow, careful repairs kept everything together. But behind the scenes, things were starting to shift. Around 2013, the pressure began to build. Filming became more complex. Longer days. Tighter schedules. Multiple episodes being worked on at the same time. And here's where it gets interesting. Ed's workshop segments, the very thing fans loved most, started getting shorter. Not because he was doing less work, but because less of it was being shown. Repairs that once took several minutes to explain were now cut down to quick highlights. Fault found. Part replaced. Job done. But what about the how? What about the why? That's the question that started to matter. The show was changing. Faster pacing. Shorter explanations. More focus on keeping things moving. It made sense for a global audience. But it also created a problem. Because Mike's role naturally fit that fast pace. Deals, negotiations, quick decisions. But Ed's role? It needed time. Time to explain. Time to teach. Time to show the full story. And that balance started to break. By 2015, the difference in direction was becoming hard to ignore. The show still looked the same on the surface. But underneath, the rhythm had changed. Ed believed the repairs should be fully visible. Every step. Every reason. Because without that, viewers weren't really understanding what was happening. They were just seeing the result. And that's when things reached a turning point. But was it a fight? Or something quieter? There was no big argument.
No dramatic clash.
Instead, it was a growing difference in vision. One side wanted faster storytelling. The other wanted deeper explanation. Both made sense, but they couldn't fully exist together anymore. By 2017, the pressure had reached its peak. The show had tightened its format. Every minute counted. Every scene had to justify its place. And then, suddenly, Ed China was gone. No on-screen goodbye. No emotional send-off. Just an announcement. After 13 years, the partnership had ended. Fans were shocked, confused, even suspicious. How could something so stable just end? Ed explained that he wanted to continue working in a way that stayed true to his style. He wanted to show the full process, not just the highlights. Mike, on the other hand, described it as a result of growing pressure and changing production demands. Not a fallout, not a betrayal, just evolution. But was that the whole story? Because for viewers, it didn't feel that simple. To them, Ed wasn't just a presenter. He was the heart of the show, the teacher, the reason they watched. And without him, something felt different. The show continued. A new mechanic stepped in. The format stayed the same, but the tone shifted. Repairs became quicker. Explanations became shorter. The focus moved toward results instead of deep understanding. Some fans accepted it. Others didn't. And even today, people still compare the two eras, before 2017 and after. What really happened between Ed China and Mike Brewer? Not a fight, not a scandal, just a slow, quiet shift in direction that finally reached a breaking point. But maybe the real question is this: can a show built on showing the work survive when the work is no longer fully shown?